Hey everybody, this is Glen Snow. I'm sitting here with Becky Clifton, the longtime head athletic trainer at Floyd Central High School, the place where I really started my career in high school athletics. And we wanted to give Becky an opportunity to talk about the facility and about her career and her 28 years of experience here at Floyd Central High School. Becky started her career in the collegiate level and then was called back to Floyd Central, and the rest is history. We're working on our, going toward our 50th anniversary of this program, and it's storied history, somewhat of legend, somewhat of not, but in any case, Becky's been here. This is the longest tenure, and we just wanted to ask Becky some questions. She is a Hall of Fame trainer. She's won several national awards, a service award in particularly, and a life-saving award. And I wanted to give her an opportunity to talk about the program, facility that has been here since 1981 and how she's refurbished it. And Becky, just tell us a little bit about yourself and why you're still here.
I actually started here with you in 1981. And why am I here? I'm here because I got a phone call in 1991 asking me if I'd be interested in coming back. And at the time, I wanted out of Detroit only because of the city. I enjoyed working at the collegiate level, but desperately wanted out of the environment of Detroit, and only figured I'd be here for a year or two. And I'm still here.
Surprise, surprise.
Surprise,
right?
surprise.
Surprise, surprise.
So yeah, I enjoy it here a lot. I enjoy the people. I enjoy the kids. And
Tell us a little bit about your typical day here at Floyd Central. What time you start? What types of things do you do in a regular work day? Not a day where you're playing, but a regular work day.
a regular day for me starts between 1 and 1:30. I get here. I do housekeeping until the kids get out of school, and that can be cleaning tables, taking care of equipment, stocking, paperwork, computer work, which is ever ongoing, which now includes electronic medical record keeping, which is not my favorite thing. And then usually in the last period of the school day, I'll have some kids come in for treatment. And then once the bell rings, it's a 3-ring circus in here. And we could treat anywhere between 10 on a slow day to, depending on whether it's fall or not, to whether it's spring, we could treat up to 40 kids in here in under 30 to 35 minutes.
That's a lot of kids and a lot of treatments. And over the course of a year, I'm sure you're making about a quarter an hour.
Something like that.
I can appreciate that a great deal. Your facility here was initially put up in 81. And I know it's gone through series of generational changes, but we've always had what I would consider a storybook facility, at least from 81 on.
Yeah.
Before that, we worked out of all kind of room closets and such. But in 81, we got lucky, and we had some great architects and a great building program. And once you got here, you kind of revised stuff, and now you have more than one training room, and just kind of tell people about that.
So when we went through the renovation here, the big renovation here at Floyd Central, they came to me and asked me what I wanted to do with the training room. And the first thing I asked was to have some of the classroom space, which is back here against this wall that's not in this picture. And what they did is they gave me a portion of that for office space. And what that allowed me to do is have a visual area where I could see the entire training room from the office. And then they also gave me some additional storage space back there. And what they did with the old office area and the old rehab area that's off over here is we took the wall out and made it one big rehab room. And that's been very functional for us. And with the number of kids that we have coming through here, especially in the fall, with both girls and boys soccer, volleyball, and football, just the volume, I needed that space.
How many kids do you usually have total per year? I mean, how many athletes do you have here at Floyd Central?
Right now, I figured this up earlier this year at one point, and I think, if I remember right, I had about 400 to 450 this year. Now, it varies a little bit from year to year. Every year, we're growing massively with enrollment, to the point that this year we're actually, I think, 17 students behind New Albany High School in enrollment.
Which is approximately how many?
1754, I think, is what our official enrollment was in September.
Gotcha. Well, that's getting up there for a pretty good sized high school.
Yeah.
No matter how you kind of analyze
Yeah.
it.
I think next year's graduating class is 500.
Now this is the main. What we're in right now is what I would call the main facility, the hub.
Well, and I now call it the main training room since I do have a second training room.
Tell us about that.
When we renovated, we also built a football stadium down what I used to call the lower 40, which is now our main athletic complex, known as the Les Wright Athletic Complex, who was the athletic director when I was a student, who hired me when I got here in '91, who brought me to you in 1981 as a Greek wet behind the ears little kid from Ohio. And when we built that stadium, one of the things they did is our locker room facilities are underneath the seating. I have a small athletic training room under there that's probably bigger than what you started with in '72.
It is.
Equipped with an ice machine and a storage area down there. And it is perfect for what our needs are down there, especially in the fall. And it works out great for us with football.
Well, this is really kind of like a small, actually maybe a medium-sized small college facility, and with all the things that are going on here, from a whole array of girls' sports to a whole array of boys' sports. Yeah. It's a very intense group of coaches as well.
Yes.
Yeah, I can appreciate that.
Well, I have a lot of the athletes that go on to play at some of the smaller colleges that come back and have had their eyes opened to how fortunate they were here with this facility, and then realize how lucky they were to have this in high school, because their college does not have anything like this.
Well, I think the school system in general, the New Albany Floyd County school system, is very, very lucky to have two quality athletic trainers who are servicing both high schools and really trying to do a great job for their sports safety.
I wish we could get Liz at New Albany up to speed facility-wise to match her needs to what we have here facility-wise.
I agree with you there. And we're ahead of the game just because of the building programs. Now we got to help her move forward a little bit. That's fantastic. Let me ask you another question. What keeps you so enthused about the high school athletic training area with the athletes? So one particular thing?
The kids do. I enjoy being around the kids and helping them do their sport that they love. I enjoy spending time around them. They keep me young. I mean, there are not fun things involved with being around them either. Hearing about their home life when it's not good is not pleasant, but trying to help them at the same time is rewarding. Seeing them succeed in ways that aren't athletic as well is helpful and enjoyable to me.
Now, if somebody here watching would see the entire facility, they would see a little more high-tech training room than what most high schools actually have. And I know we at DigiJump are in hopes that one of these days of placing one of our units here in the New Albany High School for a variety of reasons. But how do you think a piece of equipment like the DigiJump could be beneficial to you on the high school level?
One of the things that I would like to use it for here is for concussion rehabilitation and use it in the format of something similar to the Buffalo concussion treadmill test, because I don't have a treadmill. So I would like to do some form of that type of testing with it for return to play, and use it in many formats where we can, in addition to that, for conditioning, for strength training, those types of things, because it doesn't take up a lot of space in the grand scheme of things. You know, when I've looked at your equipment, it takes up space, but if you start looking at the things it can do, it doesn't take up as much space as other pieces of equipment that it would take to do those things.
Gotcha. Understand.
So it's a lot packed into a small area. Mm-hmm. So that's one part. The digital interface with the computer allows you to do a lot of different things in that small space with that machine. So I think there's a lot of possibilities available with that piece of equipment. The other thing is, kids are into the technology. They're going to know how to do a lot more with it than I do. I'm not all that tech savvy, but I have my IT assistants, mm-hmm. aka my student help or student aides, that can help me with that part.
Okay. Well, guys, here we are at Floyd Central High School, talking with Becky Clifton. If you ever have any questions, fire away at us. You know where DigiJump is. In national headquarters is in New Albany, Indiana. And we encourage you to reach out and ask us questions or seek out information. Becky, thanks so much. We really appreciate your time. See you soon.